Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If y'all are new here, my name is Cassandra. I'm the witch, author, and poet of Magical Eden. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. We're going to be doing a reading. This is not a pick a deck reading. This is just simply going to be a reading that we do to check in. We're going to just spend some time together and dive into not just the cards, but just into the energy and just submit ourselves to what is to come. It's so interesting that I say the word submit because that's actually the word that is obviously coming through. So we're just going to go with that. The word is submit, but also to surrender. And I feel also the word that I'm hearing also is obedience. And it's so interesting that this is coming through because at first I was going to do this reading solely for BDSM, for those of you who are into that, who live the BDSM lifestyle. But I was called to take the intimacy of that and the magic of that and the depth of that and apply it in a way that everybody can actually benefit from. So this originally, again, was going to be for that. However, because of the time of day that it is, and because my kids are still awake, and because they're around the house, although they cannot hear what's going on right now, it doesn't, like, I still want to make sure that when I do that type of reading, that it is when all the kids are asleep, just in case. But I am going to be using some very intimate decks here. At least two we're going to be using. We're going to be using this, I can't remember exactly what this deck is called. Oh, it's called the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And then we also do have the Manara Oracle that we're going to be using, Erotic Oracle. And then we also have this Talisman Oracle and Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle deck as well. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I'm going to be working with my High Priestess oil that I will be adding to the apothecary very soon. Actually, I needed to sit with this. This is a very beautiful blend. This is actually a custom blend for myself because of what I have going on in my own personal life. High Priestess energy has been with me for the longest time. In fact, High Priestess energy has always been with me. I just did not recognize that until recently, and I am finally in the space where I'm fully accepting things as they are. And it's so beautiful that I'm sharing that because I do feel like we are all at this space of acceptance. I feel like there's someone who is really needing guidance right now, and because I'm hearing the word strange. It's like things are very strange. Times are very strange. And it's so interesting that one of the words that came through earlier was the word submission. And I feel like for some people, they feel like they're being forced into submission and they're being forced to do something that out of survival, or they're forced to do something because they feel like this is what is going to, like, I have to do this in order to keep myself safe, or I have to play it safe, and the way that I play it safe is through submission. It's interesting because it's bringing me really to this animal aspect, or yeah, this animal aspect where where the males would dominate the other males in order to claim right to reproduce, right, to spread his seeds and things of that nature. And it's so interesting because even when I'm hearing that, I'm also seeing it being done with like the divine feminine. Two of Swords energy is definitely coming through right now. Like there's this need to protect and this need to like protect the mental space. And for some people, the way they're doing that is through submission. Somebody here was forced to do something against their will out of the sake of survival. And someone was made to do something. I don't know why, but I'm hearing like the words like financial, like the financial R word. And it's almost coming across as like someone is like feeling as though like they're losing their power, like they're losing a sense of who they are, like they're just losing a part of themselves because they feel scared or they feel threatened. And I feel like for someone who is here, it's like you're looking for sanctuary, or you're looking for this place to help you, to save you, because you feel afraid. Like there's someone here that really does feel afraid. I'm hearing the word ghost, and I'm hearing the word. So first and foremost, before I get into that, I'm going to set my intention right now to protect this space. So let me go ahead and grab my Palo Santo and things like that. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and I don't know why I'm being called to burn my dragon's blood sage, but I'm going to go with that. These are not working candles. These are candles just to keep the energy awake and alive on the altar. So we're going to go ahead and use this light. Spirit, I ask that you right now, that you please protect the space. Thank you so much for always protecting us, for always guiding us, for always just simply being in our space and always just leading us to the right direction or through the right direction and in the right direction. I ask for your blanket of protection, that you place this blanket of protection over my home, over myself, over the people listening to this message right now. I ask that you please come into this space to let this be a sanctuary for my divine soul family. May they feel protected. May they feel warm. May they feel safe. Thank you so much, Spirit, for allowing the messages to come through. I rebuke all negative energies that seek to hurt or harm myself, the people listening to this, my family. I set the intention that no hurt, harm, or danger come to us right now or ever. Ashe. You guys want to start working with Copal. Copal is actually how you pronounce it, Copal. And the reason is because based upon my own studies and whatnot and how I feel about working with Copal, Copal really does help to connect to ancestral energy. At least that's what I feel. I can't tell you how to work with Copal, but I like to burn Copal when I'm doing like a house cleansing, when I'm connecting to ancestors, when I actually use Copal in one of my candles, the piece of my home candle. I use that resin, and Copal really does help to uplift the spirits, and it really does help to bring a blanket of protection over the home space, and also just during ritual and ceremony. I think Copal is really amazing, especially when you're burning it on charcoal, and it's just what I feel drawn to. Like, you don't have to do that, but that's just the magic of Copal since I've worked with it for years. And it's always connected me to the ancestors who have my highest and my greatest good. So you may be called to work with Copal right now. And the reason is because you want to surround yourself with ancestral energy that is going to help to protect you, that actually wants the best for you. Contrary to popular belief, not every ancestor has your best interest at heart, because who they were in their life could have been someone who just was not, they just didn't have anyone's best interest at heart. Maybe for some of them they did change when they went to the other side, but that is not true for all ancestors. I want you to understand that. Take it as it resonates. But there's someone here that really is looking for some type of protection, and know that you are protected. You absolutely are protected. Now, I want you to keep this in mind as well. Oh, by the way, you guys, the reason why you see that red tint in this oil is because I put dragon's blood in it. Dragon's blood powder. That's the reason it has like this red colored tint. It's a very beautiful oil, if I must say so myself. Thank you so much, Spirit, for printing your voice into me to give to my soul tribe, to yourself. Okay, anyway, so that is the energy that I'm feeling right now. So, Spirit, I would like to ask that you please come through these cards. Let me move this out of the way. Thank you so much, Spirit, for some of you. What Spirit is saying is that I want you to reserve yourself. I'm seeing someone who used to be a certain way, and then they start to tap more into their spiritual essence, and because of that, they're wanting the word is reserve. The word is reserved. Like, they're reserving themselves. And I feel like with this reservation, it's like there are only certain people that are going to have access to you. There are only certain people that you want around your space. You are the type of individual where a lot of people know you, but you don't know a lot of people. And and even with that saying, it's like people think they know you, but they only know what you show them. And for whatever reason, I feel that the reason why this is being told to some of you is that it's not the fact that you put yourself in a dangerous situation. It's just the fact that what ended up happening, well, I just heard the words low self-worth, and this is not going to sound, it's not going to sound very, very pleasing to the ear, but just hear me out, right? This is a download that I'm getting. It's not like I'm judging you. I'm not at all. Please understand that I'm not judging you at all. In fact, this is not a place of judgment in a negative way. We are only allowing ourselves to immerse in spirit. That is it. That is all. Our egos are not present. I will let you know if my ego is present. It is not present. For some of you, the reason why some of you are in this space is because you're not honoring yourself in a way that you should be, and you are not honoring yourself to the highest degree. And you surround yourself with people who are of this liking, but the reason why you're around these people is because your self-esteem is low. And Spirit is saying is that you need and you deserve better. And these people are energetically R-ing you because they feel, it's like you know yourself that you don't want to be in this. You know yourself that you don't want this energy to be on you, but yet and still you stay here even though you know that they're draining you. And you may have set boundaries, but they've disrespected your boundaries, and you've allowed them to disrespect those boundaries by staying. And what Spirit is saying is that you feel that you may not have anything better, or that you're not worth better, but you are worth better. And you have to see now that you need to trust yourself and head over and pivot and get out of this situation and get out of what I'm hearing is that the door is open. Like, this door has been open, but for whatever reason, you're refusing to leave because you're afraid that when you leave, or when you do leave, that somehow it's going to be scarier in the unknown. And so you stick to what is comfortable. You stick to what is familiar. And sometimes what is familiar is actually toxicity. And so you keep reverting to that because you know it well. It's like you wear the toxicity as the gloves on your hands. And it's like you wear toxicity as if you wear lingerie. Like, that's the way that it's coming through. It could be because of the intimacy of this. And plus, my mindset earlier was for, the BDSM aspect, but even it's not now. But that's the way that's how I'm hearing it. It's like you wear toxicity like you wear lingerie. Right? And this is going to sound really like gory. Forgive me for sounding this way, but I'm hearing like you wear your blood. Like, there's someone here that has been in an abusive relationship, and Spirit is letting you know that the door is open for you to leave, and that Spirit is holding you and Spirit is guiding you. And this is not one of those, this is what you get. You will never, and this is what I hear someone telling you. It's like, this is what you get. Oh, well, you asked for it. No, you didn't ask for it. You are simply showing up as yourself in this space. And they decided that they were going to take advantage of that because they were a predator, because they were predatory. And what Spirit is saying is that this door is open for you to leave. And there are some things that we go through and we simply cannot see. Like, we can't see everything. That's the reason why we have a spirit team. That's the reason why we have our ancestors, right? That's the reason why we have our angels and our guides. Like, that's just simply what it is, right? We're not going to see everything. And these unfortunate events, Spirit is saying is that it doesn't want you to confuse karma with you did something bad in a past life and that you should just simply accept the trauma that's happening now. No, that's not what karma is about. Karma simply is fated events that happen that can help to keep us in alignment on our path. Like, that is one way that we can view karma. Does that make sense? But I feel like there's this, like, karma has been used in such an abusive way, and it's been used as a weapon. And I feel like it's used and it's dangerous because it excuses people that are predators. It excuses them, right? Or they use it in a way to excuse themselves. In this instance, it's not one of those things where it's like, this is what you get. This is not one of those whatever goes around comes around things to you. If anything, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, you can choose to learn to set more boundaries, and you can choose to learn who to have around you. But even still, even with you choosing who to have around you, it does not mean that these energies won't come and make themselves known eventually. Do you see what I mean? The best thing that Spirit is saying is that you can do is to surround yourself, to work your ritual behind the scenes, is to just, what I'm hearing, and this, take it as it resonates, because this goes so deep. It's like you have to make sure that you're wearing the sigils, that you're wearing your oils, and even still, these things all help to some degree, right? Because we work the magic, but then there's also, will, and there's also the things that we choose. And Spirit is saying is that I want you to remember that you have a choice. You can leave or you can stay. You have been abused and you have been traumatized. There's no need for you to stay here anymore. There's no need for you to stay. You stayed here because you were low on self-worth, and it's time to start giving to yourself. But the best thing that you can give to yourself right now is to get up and exit. And I know that these messages may sound all over the place, so just kind of pick and choose like what is for you and leave what does not resonate. But there's something about you, again, I'm going back to this submissive word. It's like you submitting out of a need to survive. You are in a space where you are being called to save your energy for you and to reserve your energy for you. And to get up and to leave out of this space. The two cards that I have here on the altar are the Four of Pentacles and also, the Four of Pentacles and also the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's someone that is wanting something. Like I'm hearing like the word hoarding, or they're holding on to the wealth, or they're holding on to whatever this thing is, the security. They're holding on to it, but it's out of fear that they're going to lose it or it's going to be taken away. The word is confiscation. It's almost kind of like they're afraid that these things are going to be taken away from them by someone, or that if they were to leave, that somehow they'll be drained of resources. That's so funny that we're talking about submission, because look, this is actually the Knight of Swords here. And the interesting thing about it is like she's definitely in submission here, if you can see that. Okay. Also, we do have here the World card. The door is open. The World card is here. I feel like this feels really good. This is a strong message. And the Moon is here. This is a really strong message about you trusting in the fact that if you were to get up and leave out of this situation, or if you were to leave, these people, that things do get a lot better. If in fact what I'm sensing is that there's this pressure that's being relieved, and there is this, it's this pressure that's being, it's like pressure is being relieved, like kind of like how when you have on like a corset or something like that, and then you untie it and then you can finally breathe again. That's what I'm seeing. Or I'm seeing someone like pop a tire, like how the air in the tire, how the pressure of that is what keeps it, like, I guess, like intact, but then they pop it and then all the air comes out. It's like all the air is free. And I don't know why, but I'm getting this. So funny that this metaphor is coming through, because the way that it's coming through is like the air is wanting to be free. Like the air is compact in this one place, but to keep the car moving and rolling. You will be the air that is compacted into this tire or into this place or into this space for the benefit of another. But the moment you pop this thing and you let yourself out, then you are free. It's freedom. The car may not be able to run well, but you don't need to be in that space, right? Just take it as it resonates. Like that's just the way that I probably butchered that metaphor, but it is what it is. You get the point. What I'm feeling though is that there's a need for us to understand that our desires of safety, our desires of security, our desires to have, to hold, are definitely, they will be fulfilled, but sometimes the path to fulfillment in that area is not always clear. And that's the reason why we choose to stay in certain situations. That's the reason why we choose to stay in things that are toxic, because we're not sure exactly what that looks like. We're not sure what wealth looks like. We're not sure what security looks like. And so we stay because it's all that we know. But Spirit is asking for you to expand your mind, because some of you guys' mind is it's not, I'm hearing like the word closed-minded, which makes sense because we do have the King of Swords here. There's some type of energy that has a power over you, and it's this divine masculine that does. And I also feel like they could be using things to make you say, this feels so like manipulative, and it's really making me disgusted, because it almost kind of feels like they're just kind of throwing money at you for you to stay because they know that you need it. And you, unfortunately for some people, it's like they take it because they feel like, well, where else am I going to get this? Where else is it going to come from? I don't know where else it can come from. I don't want to feel like I don't have money. Like I feel like I have to sell myself to make this money because I feel like that's the easiest way for me to get it. That's the quickest way. And Spirit is giving you a friendly and a lovely reminder and a gentle reminder is that there are things that you are going to be building in this life, and the money may not come fast. The security may not come fast. But what you need to remember is that the security is not necessarily in the money, even though that's a part of it. The real security is purpose. The most secure thing that you can ever have is your purpose, because your purpose never leaves. Right? And also what Spirit is saying is that you being in that purpose, you being purposeful and living a purposeful life, it will come eventually. I don't know why, but I'm hearing like take your savings and take them with you. It's, I'm getting a vision of someone who has like this bandana, like as like a bag, like on the staff. And then like the bandana is like tied onto the staff at the very tip. And then they have like their belongings in the bandana. Like all of their belongings can fit, or their funds or their money or whatnot can fit into that bandana, and they tie it and then they take it with them. That is what I'm seeing. And this to me is like a journey of you learning how to be on your own. Like it's you learning how to stand for yourself. It's you learning how to use your intuition, how to use your gifts, and how to use your talents to stand on your own, and not be in a place where they're robbing you, not be in a place where they're throwing money at you, or this is giving me like, and this is okay. I have nothing against exotic dancers. I have nothing against strippers. I have nothing against that. In fact, I support sex work. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think there's so many things that we can learn. For some of you, you are not about that life, and it's okay that you are not, but you feel like you have to be about that life because you feel like it's the best thing that you can do. There's so much that goes into that. It's not just about you flaunting it's not just about just the bodily aspect. There's a psychological aspect. There's a spiritual aspect. That type of energy is reserved for people for people who can handle it and people who know what they are doing. Take this as it resonates. I know that this reading is going to be very limited, but it is what it is. I am not here to please everybody, and I'm okay that I'm not going to please everybody, and I'm okay that people are going to hiss at this and be like, and I'll whatever, it is what it is. Not everybody is cut out for that kind of work, because not everyone understands it. Not everyone is meant to do that, and it's okay that they're not. Again, if you are listening to this, then you know that I am not demonizing anything like that. In fact, like I said, and I'll say it again, I believe that to be a very beautiful thing, because there's so many things that we can learn from that. Sexual energy is healing energy, but in this sense, it's being abused. In this sense, it's not reserved for what it needs to be reserved for. And what Spirit is saying is that to you, what you learned in this line of work during sex work or whatever it may be, what you learn from that could be applied into your actual true purpose. Right? What you learn, the healing that you may have gained from that, or the realization or the awareness you have gained by being in that space, can now be used for what you're really about to do. So that to me is speaking volumes about you a lot. I've just heard the word oppression. You are no longer allowing yourself to be oppressed in this type of situation. You are moving from a space of submission to confidence to empowerment, and you don't have to feel scared, and you don't have to feel afraid. The most dangerous thing a person can do is believe in themselves. That is the most dangerous thing a person can ever do, is believe that they have the power and know and exercise that power. Because with power does come responsibility, but with power also comes purpose. With power comes wishes fulfilled, wishes granted. It's you living your most authentic life. There is power and authenticity. You are being guided right now to allow yourself to go, to make your own investments. Go with what you feel. There's so many things right now that's being revealed to you, and you may be finding yourself getting up, leaving in the middle of the night. What I'm sensing is that whoever this is, they're realizing that the person that they're laying next to is the very person who's the perpetrator. The very person that they are laying next to is a person that is R-ing them in so many ways. They're taking from them. What Spirit is saying is that you're laying next to the enemy. For some of you, you are laying directly next to the enemy. You are laying next to the enemy. The door is open for you to leave. You are laying next to the enemy. Now, funny enough that I'm not even really talking about the cards, which yes, I am, but no, I'm not in a way. I feel like Spirit is actually letting you know that you are stronger as an independent. If you are looking for security, if you are looking for money, if you are looking for all of that, it is here. You have the Nine of Swords. See? Funny that we're talking about laying next to the enemy, because the Nine of Swords is here. The Nine of Swords shows up when there are things that we don't deal with that come to haunt us. They come in our sleep. They come in our dreams. You may be having nightmares, especially the fact that we have the Moon card here along with the Nine of Swords. Somebody's having nightmares. And it's because the very person that they're laying next to could be the one. Their energy is in your sleep. It's in your dreams. Like it's everywhere. Like, this energy has so much power over you, but the funny thing is that it's all mental. Like, they have like this mental control. And the moment that they have, what Spirit is saying is that they have you under a spell here. For some of you guys, they have you under some kind of spell, but that spell is their confidence. That's their spell. That spell is their obsession. But they have to turn that obsession into confidence and mask it as if they're the ones in power, if they're the ones in control. And Spirit is saying they're not in control. If anything, you are the one who's more strong. You are the more powerful one, but they have to suppress you because that's what the enemy does. The enemy will seek to suppress you because they're afraid that if you were to step into your power, that they in themselves will be weak. That it will expose their weakness. And you are exposing someone's weakness here. And then when you realize that, and when you give yourself permission to get up and go and to reserve yourself for only a certain type of people, for only a certain type of person, then that is when you'll see things come. I would not be surprised. I feel like I'm seeing somebody who's like used to like dressing provocative, but then they start to kind of cover themselves up a lot more. But the reason why they're covering themselves up more is because they feel like they only want certain people to see them. It's not for a religious reason. It's not because they're not, it's not because they're ashamed of their body. It's not because they feel like this is the way that they have to dress because of society. No, they're doing it for themselves because to them, this was a form of empowerment. Some people decide that they no longer want to wear a lot of clothes, and so they start to dress more provocative because that's what brings them power, because they were always used to covering their body, because they were always used to hiding. But in this instance, you're in plain sight, but you're allowing this, you're using this type of energy in order to bring the wealth into you. All right. Now, give me 1 second, you guys. I have to stop the channel because the kids are a little bit loud and I got to make sure that I give you all your messages. I'll be right back, you guys. I apologize about that, you guys. I had to stop because my son kept, he was going ham in the background, and I had to stop that because it was interfering with the reading. He's good now, though. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue. So, unfortunately, I did kind of forget, where we left off at, but I'm going to take that as my time. I'm going to go ahead and continue with pulling some oracle cards here. But anyway, I hope that you guys were picking up what I was putting down at the very beginning of the reading. Sometimes the messages come through and I just speak as I'm led to speak, okay? I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Anyway, so yes, I believe we were talking about nightmares. So basically, we do have the Moon card as well as the Nine of Swords. Someone's having some type of nightmares because of the things that they're being fed mentally, and it's playing on their feelings and emotions and their psyche. Someone has power and control over the other, and Spirit is saying is that it's time to exit. It's time to leave this space. It's time. This space is unhealthy. And Spirit is giving you the opportunity. There's going to be some type of money that's going to be given to somebody to help them in the space that they're in right now. I can feel it. That's a lot of cards. Okay, the first card is overcome fear. The second one is cut ties. Okay. Oh my goodness. And then we also have financial security. Okay. So I feel like with these three cards that have come out now, it's one of those, it's making me feel again, we talked about being afraid to leave because of the lack of security, right? I feel again, this is just confirming how I felt. So I feel again, it's you allowing yourself to pivot and move out of this space. You don't know exactly what it looks like, but if you were to overcome the fear of leaving or the fear of not being secure, you'll see just how supportive the universe actually really is. And I feel this was hell that you were in, a financial hell, financial crisis, an emotional hell, a mental hell. This was just simply hell for you. Also, I would not be surprised if you felt the cycles kept repeating over and over and over and over and over again. I feel there are a lot of things that are wrapping up for you right now. I feel you are definitely cutting ties with the past. You're cutting ties with these people who are surrounding you. I feel you're cutting ties with those who were a part of this life. Like I see someone exiting a certain, like their old life, but they're cutting ties and they're letting go of everything and everyone that came with that. Clothes, shoes, bracelets, anklets, gold, jewelry. Like they're giving it all up. They're giving it all away. And they're just like, I don't want this anymore. There's a lot of negative energy attached to this. I'll cleanse it and give it to someone else. But for me, this is a memory. The memory that it's so interesting because it feels like the painful memories that this watch or this bracelet, I'm seeing like gold, like rings and like bracelets and things like that. Like I'm hearing someone say these have really hurtful memories, but the hurtful memories that I have this thing can be a blessing to someone else. And it's like, I can't even really get the words out, but it's like, this may have been painful for me, but it can be a blessing to someone else. That's what it feels like. So what I'm seeing is, I just heard the word repurpose. So you're cleansing these items, you're giving them away, you're probably selling them as well, and you're using the money that you made from giving away, from selling that thing, and you're using it to invest in something that's better for you. I feel like you guys are used to being in these like really tense environments. And for some of you, it was in childhood. And for others of you, it started in adulthood, but it shaped who you are in like right now. But you're not allowing these things to define you anymore. In fact, you're saying, you know what I learned, what I needed to learn. I will never go through that again. I'm setting my standards higher. People will pay me for what I am worth. People will allow me, or not allow me, I allow myself. Like, this is confidence that I have. I am financially secure. I am, and it's interesting because you have a lot of pentacles here. Yes, you are 100% financially secure. And Spirit is asking for you to be the energy. If you showed up and you left and you were in this other space, then people will pour into you without question. And I'm not seeing the Ace of Cups, but the Ace of Cups energy is definitely present. It's like, if you were to just show up and be you, you can let us do the work. Like, you do you. Show up, like I said. We have the Star card here. If you just show up and be in you, be in your beauty and be who you are, then we can do the work. We have the rest of it. We'll handle it from here. We don't... Remember when we mentioned the Two of Swords? Stop it. The Two of Swords is here. I love it when this happens. The Two of Swords is here. I love it when this happens. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and continue. I love that. Cut ties, overcome fear. This candle is bringing me to the light and the darkness. Things can be scary. Okay, we have to... Uh-oh, wait a minute. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. We have to... Okay. The first card that we have here is that secret naughty feeling. Ooh, okay. That's so funny that that card came out. That secret naughty feeling. That card wanted to come out, so let's go ahead and get it down. Stop it. We have the purity of freedom. We're talking about freedom. Oh, I love that. I'm going to read out of the book for you guys for those ones. Okay, I have to, let me mix up these cards again. Sorry, you guys. I got quiet because I was in the process of shuffling. And I needed a moment of silence, actually. Yeah, you don't have to be in this tense environment anymore. That secret naughty feeling. The secret naughty feeling in this instance, really, though, is bringing me to someone that just, it's like, they know and they feel it. It's like they feel like deep down within them that this is what they really do want, but they're afraid of saying it because it's like, oh my goodness, if I say this, then I'll be persecuted. If I say this, I'll be rejected, or I'll be put on blast, or I'll be outed, or there's some type of consequence that comes with you telling, saying what you really do want, right? And it's just one thing. It's like, what is the thing that you deny yourself? You deny yourself this out of fear that you'll be punished. You'll be surprised what happens if you speak up about it and say what you want out loud. Okay, and then we have like a flower in spring. I love this. It's giving me this. It does feel like newness. Loving and trusting yourself is also here. Stop it. Okay. Okay, the feelings of an awakened heart. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down, and we're gonna tie everything together. Okay. You have honesty here. We're gonna leave that honesty card out. And Spirit, one more card, please. Or how many you feel? Oh, that one flew right out. And it was playful. How cute is that? It's so cute. Playful. The kitty. Okay. By the way, you guys, I love cats. I love cats. They're so cute. They're so amazing. I used to not like cats, but they used to like me. And I'm like, I don't know why I don't like you guys. But I surely found out why as I grew more mature. Okay, so we have here that Secret Naughty Feeling 29. Let's see. Uh-oh. Here we go. Moon in Pisces. Here we go. That Secret Naughty Feeling. Shamelessly exposing my lovely buttocks. I watch with interest your fierce struggle with temptation, like a moth to a flame. I am down to virtue, and virtue is drawn to sin. I am drawn to virtue, and virtue is drawn to sin. What is virtue? Is it an open door or a closed one? Is it denial or acceptance? Is it renunciation or surrender? The dance between the naughty and the virtuous is a great choreography of desire, polarity, fear. And at the end of it, there are two bodies that do not care about morality. Love without limit, without boundaries, without reason. Love can be to take her, take him right there in that moment without concern except for the furious intensity of passion. Love holds secrets behind ordinary words and conventional behavior, revealed only in the smoldering eyes of the actors. This to me is all about you understanding that the very thing that you deny yourself, that you see that is right before you, and I'm getting chills as I'm saying this, that very thing that you feel that you feel called to could be the very thing that really helps you to dive and to immerse yourself into the wonders of yourself. It's that one thing that you deny yourself that teaches you the most, that teaches you the most lessons or the most in-depth things. It reveals to you the most about yourself sometimes. And sometimes we deny ourselves these things because we feel like, man, you know what, if I were to do this, I don't know what will happen. But it is such a virtue to be in this, because this to me is like, this is love. This is beauty. This is whatever this is. I'm here to immerse myself in it fully. And I feel like with this Piscean energy here, because we do have the moon in Pisces, when you're a Pisces moon, you feel things very deeply. You feel things on a very mystical level. It's this virtue. Pisces' original ruler actually was Jupiter, and he remains the traditional ruler of Pisces. So with this virtue, I learn more about myself, the world, the cosmos, right? I learn more about what I'm here to do. And it's this very thing that I deny myself that teaches me the most, that keeps me very connected to the universe. It's this passion. It's this love. And even though people may not understand it, and I may be afraid of this thing, but the more I dive into it, the more I'm aware of just how much this thing has to teach me. I'm more aware of myself. That's what I feel with that. I'm not going to read all of the book because I do have to get ready to go. But with the purity of freedom here, this to me is all about you allowing, like, just simply you being yourself, and you being this pure heart, you being this pure individual. When you return to that and you allow yourself to be that, there's so much freedom. And I almost kind of feel like someone wasn't themselves in that space where they were in hell, where they felt like they were just being taken advantage of and whatnot. But this is someone allowing themselves to be rejuvenated, to come out like new, and to spread their wings, and to just be like, you are literally learning how to be. This is the art of being. It's you allowing yourself to be fully naked and embrace your body, embrace yourself, embrace this newness, embrace this love, embrace all of it, because this is definitely a new life that is coming through here. You have honesty, you have playful. And the last card that we have here Let me pull one more card. I just feel like I want to pull one more card. Power of 3. I feel like with this, as we wrap this up, Spirit's message to you now is that if you were to decide to leave and you were to go, then it will be a success. And talking about denial, you also have denial here. I feel like the fact that you have success and denial, this has everything to do with the fact that you are understanding that the more you deny yourself this thing, the more that you are denying yourself success, the more you are denying yourself prosperity, the more that you are denying yourself wealth and abundance. Spirit is asking for you to get up, to remove yourself, to raise the cost of you. Because truly, money cannot buy you. Money will never be able to buy you. Money could never buy you. But you know what? And because of that, people are going to come correct. Let yourself just be, okay? Let yourself leave. Let yourself get up. Let yourself go. I love the intimacy of this. I feel like we had a really good, strong, nice conversation. I'm going to go ahead and continue on to go and do my work because I got some poems to write. If you guys know, I'm a writer. I'm a poet. And Spirit has guided me to get into them poems. So I'm going to listen to Spirit. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening and tuning into this message. I hope that you got what you needed from it. If y'all need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at CassandraTurner.com. You guys can also follow with me or along with me over at Shadows X Magic on my shadow page, and also Magic of Eden on my regular Magic of Eden account on Instagram. I love you guys, and I will catch you in my next video.